Me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Hey, Mr. Announcer Guy. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, Mr. Announcer Guy. I could never imagine I could startle someone as big and confident as you.
No, well, I didn't know anybody was here. That's all right, though, James.
Well, see, you're always positive. You're always happy and positive. What were you doing? You were like practicing were you doing like an Obi-Wan hello there?
Well, I was kind of trying, but I don't do a British accent, so.
Well, that's all right. You know, everybody, so as the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi for so many years, I'm astounded. People love hello there. I don't know why. So when I say hello there, I envision Ewan and Sir Alec doing their hello there's. And I picture it in my head. But then I just I do my own thing. I just relax and hello there.
Hello there.
Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty close.
Hello there.
You got a little British thing going on there, Mr. Announcer Guy. That's pretty good. You don't do you do any accents?
No, I don't.
You had to think about it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so anyways, you're just kind of hanging out here in the studio before we start the show. That's fun. That's a little different. Normally I call for you and bring you in to do this announcement, but you know, you're here now. I'm here now. We're going to start a show. Do you want to just go ahead and start the show?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's cue that music, Mr. Jerry the Music Man. Mr. Jerry the Music Man.
You got it, James. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. Everybody's saying hello there now. Okay, great. Go for it.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. It's the James Arnold Taylor Podcast, talking to myself, the JATcast. On today's show, Jat's gonna talk. What are you gonna talk about?
You just go ahead and introduce and keep going and go. The music's been around.
Oh yeah, sorry man. So here he is, the guy that does all the voices, including this one. Hello there, James Arnold Taylor.
All right, yeah, no, see, we didn't talk about it. Normally we have our big meeting. Could you imagine? Could you imagine me, James Arnold Taylor, having a meeting for my podcast every week with all the people on the show, Mr. Announcer Guy.
Hello there.
And Jerry the Music Man.
Hello there.
And Hank.
Hello there.
All right. Oh, and Billy.
Oh, hello there.
What do you guys have the weirdest? That doesn't sound like you, Obi-Wan or Ewan or anybody. Okay. Reginald, don't call me Reggie. Now, Reginald is British. So, hey, Reginald, don't call me Reggie. I heard that. Yes. Hello there. Oh, that's not bad. See, that's pretty good because you actually have a British accent, and so you're doing a little Obi-Wan. Right. Reginald, we haven't had you on the show in a while. You gonna maybe later we'll do like an Ask Jat or something. I have some interesting topics for the show today, and maybe you can join me later and we can kind of do that for the fans because it's about getting them to all kind of, you know, ask themselves some questions about themselves. I like that. Yes, I'll come back for that. All right, well, I'll call you then, but when you do, don't say Reggie. No. I'll just say Reginald. Don't call me Reggie. Stop it. I can't now not say Reginald, don't call me Reggie. It's just part of your name. It's like your whole name. Like your name on your driver's license would be Reginald, don't call me Reggie, and then whatever your last name. What is your last name? Oh, Blythe Woodrow the Third or something? You don't even know. All these years we've worked together, you don't even know. Yes, it's Reginald Blythewood the Third. Reginald, don't call me Reggie Blythewood the Third. Do you have the third on your license? No, they don't put that on the license. All right. I'm just asking. So your dad was junior? No, he was not junior. That's a very American thing. No, he was the second. And my grandfather would be the first. Right. Okay. Well, pip pip cheerio. All right. I'll call you when we're going to do some in-depth, questions. Very good, right. Ta-ta. Oh, ta-ta. Well, thanks, Mr. Announcer Guy.
You got it, man. I'm going to go now.
Okay. And Hank, you're just hanging out here now, huh?
Yeah, you hang out, watch you do the shows and, everything.
Okay. Did you do anything fun this last week, Hank?
I watch a lot of the TV shows.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you watch?
I watch the Blacklister.
The Blacklister? No, the Blacklist.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said the Blacklister.
What?
Nothing. Never mind. Okay. You like the Blacklist.
Yeah, I like the Blacklister.
Blacklist.
Whatever.
And so I love the Blacklist. That's one of those TV shows. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. Now, for many of you, you may go, James, I'm surprised. A lot of people, what's so funny is when people find out, Hank, what I watch or listen to sometimes, they get surprised because they go, well, you're just like, because I think most people think of me as just like a good Christian boy, which is great. And I am. But it doesn't mean I don't watch some shows that have a little edge to them from time to time. The Blacklist can be a little dark. It can be a little, and that bugs me. I'll be honest. All the blood and violence. I don't dig that. But you know why I watch the Blacklist?
Probably the same reason I do.
Yeah, that's right, because we're the same guy.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Is because of James Spader. Now, James Spader plays Raymond Reddington, and man, is he a great actor. He is so funny. I don't really do like a James Spader or a Raymond Reddington impression. But whenever we watch the show, my wife and I, we watch it kind of, after our daughter's gone to bed and there's just like, it's late. And, a couple times a week we might, okay, no, you want to watch something. If everything's done. See, we like to do stuff and work and get things done. And then, couple days a week or whatever, you kind of, you might sit back and watch a little something and it's fun. So we watch the Blacklist sometimes and we, cause it's on Netflix. And so we'll watch it, and we're up to the season 6 or whatever right now. And it's drama. But Raymond Reddington, James Spader does such a great job. And he does these speeches. Again, I don't do them, but he just is so funny. So anyways. So you watch that. All right. And what else do you watch?
Yeah, I watch, I like that show Wipeout.
Wipeout?
Yeah, the people, they go on the things and they bounce off the balls and they land in the water. And I like that. I like the wipe out. And then when they wipe out, I go, hey, wipe out.
Okay, you got to calm down. You're just a little too excited about that. I've only watched that like once or twice, and that was by accident. Usually if I'm like in a hotel and I'm channel surfing and I'll see like these people in these gigantic obstacle courses and then they're falling off of things and covered in mud and everything.
Yeah, man, I like it when they do the wipeouts. They wipe out and they do it. Because I never seen nobody get through any of them.
No, me neither, right? I mean, again, I don't really watch it, but you watch it apparently. Does anybody ever win?
No.
So what's the point?
There you go. Wipe out!
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Hank. Well, Hank, you don't have to hang out. Although if you do hang out, no onion sandwiches in here. So for those of you, if you're new to the show, Hank, our engineer, he likes to make these onion sandwiches. And it's not just like a cooked onion or anything. It's a red onion. And go ahead. Yeah, you're just like waiting to...
No, I mean, you got to tell him. You get some bread, right?
Okay, bread.
And then you get like some mayo.
Mayonnaise, yeah.
That's what I said.
Well, you said mayo. It's the same thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, all right. Don't get upset. And then what?
Well, then you take that, you spread that, but then here's what you do. You get some mustard.
Yeah, I know. You leave such a mess in my kitchen when you make these things.
Right, and then you take a nice big red onion. Oh, red onion. And you slice it up, and it's so good it makes you cry.
Oh, I see. Because onions make you cry when you eat them, or when you cut them.
Yeah, they make you cry when you eat them because they're so good. But yeah, when you cut them, they make you cry. And
you know what they say though, Hank? They say I've tried this. I don't know if it really works, but they say that if you take a bowl of water and set it next to it, the onion, while you're cutting it on the cutting board, it will help with the tears. And I guess it helps a little, but I guess what it does is it draws some of that, all that, because when you cut the onion, all that kind of it releases, into the air, all the parts of the onion that make you cry.
Yeah, I cry because it's so good. Onion sandwich.
All right. So you do that, and then what do you put, like salt and pepper on it?
Oh, yeah, you got to put salt and pepper on all over there, yeah. Yeah. Maybe a little Tabasco.
Oh, my gosh. Your stomach is just must be like an iron-coated stomach.
Yeah, I can eat whatever. I once ate a rock.
I'm sure you did with like a little pebble by accident or something.
No, I mean like a rock.
Okay, all right. Well, please don't make the onion sandwiches here or bring them in here. They stink.
Oh, I like it. Smells good.
All right, whatever. Okay, Hank, thank you. Welcome to the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of fun for you planned today. Have you all been enjoying season 2 of the podcast? I think you have. You know why? Because I'm looking at the emails, I'm looking at the comments, oh, by the way, if you listen on iTunes, please consider, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider giving me 5 stars. And click on that little 5 star. It takes no time at all. Just blip, you click on the 5 stars and blip, and you rated the show. Can you please, if you're listening on iTunes and you're driving, don't do it. But then later, when you've gotten out of your car and you're going, that James Arnold Taylor, he's a good guy. He's a peach, isn't he? And then just click on the 5 stars. And then, if you're really crazy and you have an account there, review the show. So many people review the show. And in fact, look, I'll read, and I do this from time to time. I like to read the reviews on here, so all of you know. Excuse me, Hank, your voice is making me have to clear my throat.
What do you mean?
Yeah, nothing. Never mind. I'm just saying. So let's go. Okay, so here we are. Reviews. September 15th, The Tickler 85. It's a strange little name there, but The Tickler on September 15th wrote a review for the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Says, didn't know what to expect from this when I first listened, but he took me on an incredible journey, and all his characters taught me so much ever since I've watched Johnny Test for the first time, and pretty much got into the fact that he's voiced by an amazing guy with a little smiley face. Isn't that nice, Tickler? Well, that's very nice of you. September 11th, somebody said September 11th is a very important day in our history. Okay, they say, Jat is an amazing storyteller, and it's a real treat listening to his characters each week. You really get to you really get to feel close to him, and it's not all fun and games. He's not afraid to dig deep into personal topics, which I appreciate. But yes, the voices are the best part. Oh, that's nice. Okay, well, thank you so much. That was from Bravo 1138. Ah, see, 1138 must be a Star Wars fan. This one is Harold's. Harold is super cool. I like your name. I like your iTunes name there, Harold. This podcast is my favorite. I'm listening to it right now. Wow. And if you're listening to this right now, you're listening to it now as I read what you wrote when you were listening to it before. Great Scott, Marty. Well, wait a second, Doc. You mean Harold is super cool is listening now even when he was listening before? That's right, Marty. There must be something wrong with the iTunes space time continuum. Okay, there's really not. But anyways, I just like doing that because you guys like the voices. Okay. Says, this podcast is my favorite. I'm listening to it right now. James Arnold Taylor is a great voice actor and an even better person. Well, thank you. That's very nice. I like listening to his podcast. If you're into voice acting or just personal advice, it's great. I really like hearing about funny stories behind the scenes and James's advice on life. I highly recommend it to anyone. Well, isn't that nice? And then July 8th, there was one from Cam Ray Music. Every second you spend listening to James Arnold Taylor is more than worth it. His talent, character, both literal and figurative, and personality always shine bright in any project he's involved in. His podcast is no exception! ! This is a podcast I can and do listen to with my 11-year-old son and know we will both be entertained as well as take away some great life lessons to discuss. Thank you and God bless you, James. I think I may have read that one once before, but you know what? I like it so much I'll read it again. No, so those are just some reviews people have written of the James Arnold Taylor podcast. If you want to be on the show, you can write a review and maybe I'll read your review there. And please give it 5 stars on iTunes. If you listen on YouTube, as many of you are listening right now. You're listening right now. Okay. On YouTube, you can write a comment down below and give me a thumbs up. Don't give me a thumbs down. I know there's that one person still gives me thumbs down. And there might be like one other from time to time. There's like 2 of them. So if you're listening right now, it's not funny to give me a thumbs down. Don't do it, man. Okay. Please don't. If you want to give me a thumbs down before you do, put a comment in there or write me an email. Go to jamesarnoldtaylor.com, click on the Jat Show link, and click in the JATcast podcast as a topic, and then write me a comment. Somebody did that, a few weeks ago, and I've talked about it on the air and everything. But before giving, and I appreciate the fact that that person didn't give me a thumbs down. They said, I didn't give you a thumbs down, even though they thought I was being negative, and I wasn't being negative. Anyways, yes, it's the third week in a row I've mentioned that. Can you tell how much I'm bothered by people's comments when they're negative? No. Look, if you want to give me a thumbs down, write me first. Reach out to me. Talk to me first, okay? But don't just give me a thumbs down. Unless unless you can just, you put a thumbs down on there and then you put a comment on YouTube and say, I didn't like this because I was offended by this or that, and whatever. But don't just go, you're stupid. All right. Anyways, hey, we have some stuff happening on the show today. I got to tell you, first off, thank you for everybody's wonderful comments last week for the podcast. It was a lot of fun talking about all my time on the Jamie Costa film, Kenobi, the short film. Very excited about that. And thanks to everybody that listened. Thank you for listening now. Okay, so what do? We're listening to the James Arnold Taylor podcast. I'm not forgetting this stuff, people. Come on. We're building regular muscles. We are building new muscles in our body, in our lives, in our minds right now when we listen to this show. So I'm going to remind you every single time. You got your water with you? If you're listening to the James Arnold Taylor podcast, you better have some water. Let's have some water. Come on. That's good water. Mm-hmm. Why do we like water better than soda or anything else? Coffee, any of that junk? Because water is the source to life. You can live without food for a long time, but you can't live without water. Water is beautiful and lovely. Drink a lot of it every day. If you're like, oh, I get bloated or whatever, sip it. Sip water throughout the day. Every couple of minutes or so, sip some water. Just sip it. You don't need to chug it. Room temperature, by the way. Don't drink it cold. I know you're like, James, you're nuts. I'm putting ice in it. I'm drinking it. It's the only way I'm going to drink water. Okay, do me a favor and try every once in a while to just drink it room temperature. It's the best way for you. Especially, many of you want to be voice actors. So if you want to be a voice actor, I'm telling you, do not drink cold water. You go to a voiceover session with me or anybody else and you're a fly on the wall watching it. All the voice actors in there are drinking room temperature water. Why? Because it allows you to be able to do much more with your voice. Cold water shocks your system. It shocks your vocal cords. It makes it harder to do more voices and things, okay? Room temperature is nice. Warm water is nice as well. I only drink water out of glass bottles. I don't drink in plastic because plastics do release these little phthalates or whatever they call them and chemicals into the water sometimes. So when you buy water at Costco or wherever, and you get that and you leave it sitting in your car and then it gets all hot and then you drink it, there's a lot of chemicals that have been released into that water. So I drink out of glass, but so the cool thing is if I leave my water in my car on a hot day and then I get it, it's almost like sipping tea. It's like a nice little warm, and it's in glass, so there's nothing released into it. It's not bad for you. But warm water is lovely. You can put a little lemon in there if you want. You can put a little honey, as I mentioned that last week. That's all right. You can put a little mint. You know what I do? I will get mint leaves, actual mint leaves, organic ones for me, and I'll clean them and get them all nice, and then I'll put them in hot water, and that makes a mint tea. Look at that! Ooh, it's tasty. It is. Mint is nice for you. It's good for you. It's, it helps open up the sinuses and gets you all good and all too. So there you go. These are just things we do, and then we breathe. Hear how I'm breathing? I was in a session, I had a couple sessions this week. None of them can I talk to you about. I can't tell you what they were, but they're exciting and you'll be excited when you learn about them someday. And when I'm able to tell you about them, I'll say, hey, remember I was talking about these sessions of things? And this is it, but I can't tell you about them now. But I was in a session yesterday for a project out at a studio, and I was reminded as I was reminding myself as I was doing it. Because I do this every time. See, people ask me about this when I'm in the sessions. What do you do? First off, I say a great big prayer of thanks that I'm on a microphone. I do that right now because I'm on a microphone talking. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. That's why the show's called Talking to Myself, because I spend so much time in little padded rooms talking to myself. It's what I do as a voice actor because I am a voice actor. And I do all these voices, and all the voices are me, everything you're hearing. So I was in the session, and what we do as voice actors, as performers, just performers in general, even if you're a singer or you're a on stage or on camera actor or something, our body starts to tighten up as we do it all. So you have to relax and breathe. So just now, even too, if you hear me take these nice big breaths like that, I'm just relaxing. I'm relaxing my body. And that's what I want you to do because you're listening to the James Arnold Taylor podcast Everything is all right now, okay? I know you may have had struggles today. You may have had hard times, bad times, bad sleep, whatever. You're listening to this show now and you're all right, man, okay? Listen to my voice. We're going to do just a little relaxation for you right now before we start getting into all the fun stuff of the show. Although I think we've already had some fun stuff already in the first 20 minutes of the show. Talking to Mr. Announcer Guy and Hank and Billy and Reginald, don't call me Reggie. We've had fun. But we're going to relax, okay? Because it is the one thing I am hearing from all of you too is how much you enjoy the meditation, the meditative state of it, the mindfulness state of it, the drinking water, the deep breathing, the things that help you relax. You know why? This world is nuts. It's crazy go nuts. It is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And you know what? You don't need to move at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm telling you that right now, okay? You're part of the JAT Fellowship. The JAT Fellowship is this, the James Arnold Taylor Fellowship. This is a group of people, all of you that are committed to listening to this show. Thank you. I love you. God bless you. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping for the best for you. I am just so grateful for you taking the time to listen to what I have to say, okay? Because it's just me sitting here talking to myself right now, but then it goes out there and thousands of people are now listening to it and being affected by it. Thank you all so much. So I have to give back to you. And what I want to give back to you is you're all right. It's okay to take some time to relax, okay? It is okay to do that. This world is crazy go nuts, and we can relax, okay? So let's relax. Do you remember? If you've been listening to this show for any length of time, you know that I say breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds. As you do that, when you breathe in, here's what I do. Okay, now I'm wacky Christian boy, so for all of you that aren't Christians, just bear with me. You can insert your own thing here, but this is what I do, and this is what I would wish you would do, because I wish everybody was Christian, because why wouldn't I? That's what I believe, okay? So that's the thing, but whatever. I'm not trying to offend anybody with that statement. I'm just stating a fact. Because, of course, and just like you, if you're, whatever, religion or faith or no faith, you would probably hope everybody would believe the way you do, right? That just makes sense. Know what you believe and why you believe it, okay? So what I do, and you can do whatever you want. When I breathe in Jesus. That's what I think. I think I'm breathing in the goodness of Christ and all of his goodness. So I breathe that in. I breathe in. I picture his face. I picture his face. I picture his goodness. I picture what goodness and light and energy of the light of the Lord is. And I picture that as I breathe in. I breathe that in. Healing. I think of the words healing. I picture words. Healing, health, wealth, goodness, mercy, joy. I breathe in those words. I envision those words coming into my mind, in through, I'm breathing them in like I've got a, like their words are being sucked into my mouth, right? And into my body and into my very soul. And then when I hold those, and I hold those in for 7 seconds, and I hold that in and I let that kind of stew in me. And then when I blow out, I don't blow those words out. I blow out negativity, frustration, the works of the enemy, all the bad junk, unhealthy thoughts, negativity. I blow that out. So I breathe in goodness, mercy, grace, Christ. I breathe that in. I hold it in. I hold it to my heart. Then I breathe out all the other junk. Frustrations of the day, anger with the person I got in a fight with over there, or the person that cut me off while I was driving, or the fact that I got to pay this bill or that bill, or, whatever it is, okay? So let's do it. Let's breathe for a little bit, okay? We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold for 7 seconds. We're going to breathe out for 8 seconds, okay? Here we go. Ready? Oh, man, you feel the tension and the stress. Keep doing that as I'm talking to you throughout this podcast, okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Yes, there's a bazillion things people will tell you to do, to eat right, to do this, to do that, to do, But you know where it all starts? Relaxing, clearing your mind, and breathing deep. Getting some good oxygen into your lungs, breathing, relaxing, being mindful, sitting. You're sitting or you're standing or whatever you're doing, you're laying down right now, whatever you're doing. Feel that moment. Feel that moment. Okay? You're all right. We're going to breathe again. That's what we call dead air. When I was a DJ, you didn't want dead air, which means no sound going on. But on the podcast, we can do that. That's okay if there's nothing happening at that time. Okay? You just feel that silence. And what's kind of cool is that silence is over here on my end with you there. So it's like two of us we're sharing that moment. You know what I mean? It's okay to be in silence together. So when we're doing that breathing in, we're holding in for 7 seconds. Just enjoy that silence, okay? Just enjoy. Feel the weight of your body now. Sitting down, laying down, standing up, whatever you're doing, feel the weight of it, okay? And just be okay with that. Clear your mind. All the junk that's gone on today, clear your mind of it. Clear your mind of it. Clear your mind of it. It's done now. You're listening to this. Everything's cool, okay? If there's stuff that's got to happen later, if there's things that are frustrating or whatever, they will take care of themselves. You will take care of them. You will. You're not somebody that slacks off, okay? You're somebody that gets things done. Why? Because you're somebody that's part of my fellowship. You listen to this stuff. You want to be a better person, right? You picture yourself. You envision yourself as a better person on a daily basis. You wake up and you think of yourself at the best you can be. Healthy, wise, and healthy, wealthy, and wise. You can say that for sure. I believe. Say it again. Remember the ones I taught? I talked about this several episodes back. Norman Vincent Peale. I believe it's going to be a wonderful day. I believe I can successfully handle all problems that will arise today. I feel good physically, mentally, emotionally. It is wonderful to be alive, whether you believe it or not. Say it. As you say it, it will start to become true. It is wonderful to be alive. I am grateful for all that I've had, good or bad, all that I now have, good or bad, and all that I shall have, good or bad. Things are not going to fall apart. God is here and he is with me, and he will see me through. And so I thank God for every good thing. If you don't believe in God, I don't have a replacement for you on that. But that's what I say, okay? So you can take those things. This is a positive. I believe I'm always divinely guided. I believe I will always take the right turn of the road. I believe God will always make a way where there is no way. Not trying to be overly religious, everybody. I'm just telling you what I do to relax and to get into my happy space, okay? What do? Figure it out. Know what you believe and why you believe it. Be able to explain to anybody what you believe presently and why you believe it and how you came to those conclusions. That's really important, whether you're a Christian or not. I'm not saying you have to believe the way I do. I'm saying you have to know, understand, and be able to explain what you believe and why, okay? That's important. We all have to know who and what we are and where we're heading. I want you to do that. I want you to have goals set for yourself, and I want you to write them down. I want you to look at them on a regular basis. I want you to believe them. And if they're unattainable, like completely impossible, I want to be a superstar, singer, and I can't hold a tune, then put that one aside. I want to be the best student I can be right now in this school year. Okay, that's better. I want to listen more to my parents when they say stuff and then we fight because we're not listening. Okay, that's better. I want to be a better parent and not yell at my kid and get frustrated with them so easily because I just expect them to do what I think. Okay, that's better. See, I'm not trying to just put it on one side or the other. We all do it, okay? I know my daughter gets frustrated with me. I know I get frustrated with her. I know my wife gets frustrated with me. I get frustrated with her. We all can get frustrated with each other, but you know what? End of the day, you know how we end it? Always happy. We always talk through everything. I want you to learn how to do that with everybody. I want you to learn how to forgive people because forgiveness is a burden. Unforgiveness, rather, is a burden that you do not need to carry. And it more than likely is not affecting the other person the way it's affecting you. So forgive. Let go. It is for your own good. All right? Let go. Yeah, James, you don't understand. They did me wrong. They were abusive to me, or they were violent to me, or they were emotionally abusive to me, or they lied to me, or they cheated me. I understand. I've had all those things done to me. All those things. By family members, by friends, by strangers, people I barely know, rather. By close friends that then turned into, and I myself have done things that I regret. And so what have I done? I have sought forgiveness. There's the other side of it. Because you can forgive somebody even without reconciliation. You do not have to have reconciliation to forgive somebody. In other words, they do not have to come to you and say, look, I admit it. I'm sorry. I messed up. I was mean. I did this. I did that, or whatever. Please forgive me. you can and should forgive them regardless. Because sometimes somebody's passed on and you can't even. So I've had to learn to forgive people that have never asked for the forgiveness. But I've also learned in any places where I have done somebody wrong, or I even think perhaps maybe I did, and I'm not sure, I ask for forgiveness. It is okay to be wrong in life, okay? We're just going through the basics here again on the James Arnold Taylor podcast because it's been a while. There's all this stuff that if you've listened to the show from the beginning, all the stuff that I'm saying right now, I'm repeating, okay? I'm repeating myself. But these are really important things. It's a new season, and I'm finding so many people are getting so much from this show in way of the advice I'm giving. As far as, feeling better and taking better care of yourself and mindfulness and meditation and all of that. So we're going over these things. Forgiveness is crucial to your health, your wellness, your well-being. I mean, they have scientific data that shows stress, anger, unforgiveness kills. It shortens your life. I don't want that for you. I am talking to you right now in the earbuds, on the speaker, in the car. I'm talking to you because you are my brother or my sister, and I believe in you, and I want you to know that somebody is on your side, regardless of whatever you've done in your life. Okay? Because my goal in this life is to be an example of Christ, and Christ was that. He would forgive anyone and everyone. So if you grew up in a church or you grew up in a religion that was very oppressive and people shaking their fingers at you and stuff, and and so you have a bad taste in your mouth about Christianity or God, I'm here to tell you that was other people's stuff put on you, and I reject that and take that off you. Okay, and let's forgive them because they didn't know any better. All right, but please. And if you believe in nothing, if you're a nun, you're one that just doesn't believe in any of it and kind of go, look, James, it's just kind of all by chance and we're just here. And I think we're all just, a bunch of cells put together and we came up out of the goo. The beautiful thing is you have the right to believe that. You have the absolute right to believe that. And I'm not going to try to press you to change your mind. I'm just going to tell you that's not what I believe. And I've studied it all too. And I've had great revelations in my life to show that that's not the case. So that's where I'm coming from, but it's not an argumentative place at all. So I'm just telling you, man, regardless of what you believe faith-wise or what anybody's taught you, forgiveness is crucial, okay? It's crucial to your own well-being. So let's get rid of it all today, okay? Let's not hold on to frustrations or anger or anything. Let's not hold on to judgment. Let's not judge anybody. Oh my goodness, let's not judge anybody. Okay? Now that doesn't mean shiny happy, we just kind of la 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 la. Everything's great, la 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 la. Oh, there's a new character for you. Because it's not. We get it, Again, we've also talked about the difference between joy and happiness. Joy is a feeling in your heart and in your soul that says everything's okay, everything will be okay. Happiness is fleeting. It comes and goes. It's part of your day. Some days you're happy, some days you're not. Some moments in life you're happy and other moments you're not. They're two different things. But I want you to feel joy in your heart always. Why? Because life is a beautiful gift. And you have been gifted with this life, okay? No matter what's going on in it. And I know there's so many of you that are dealing and struggling with things. I've been getting emails and letters and direct messages, Instagram and such, and you all are in my prayers. A lot of folks lately, it's very strange, in the last couple of days even, from several people, I've been getting people reaching out to me telling me that their parents are sick. Some have had surgeries that didn't go the right way. Some have had diagnoses of cancer, serious stage 4 cancer. And all I can do is pray for you all. Pray for you, pray for them, pray for the doctors and the nurses and the caretakers that take care of them. And you go, James, prayer is just whatever. I'm telling you, prayer works. And I'm praying for you all. And it doesn't mean it's a magic bullet and it solves things. But what it means is what I've been getting from you all, it's compassion. It's compassion for our fellow human beings, and it's love. And that is all I can give you, is my love and my heart breaking for your hearts. through the pain and the struggles that you're going through. And because I've been there, I've lost loved ones, I've been sick myself, I've gone through big things with my family and such. I know how it feels, and I'm so sorry. I cannot know exactly how everything feels that everybody's going through, but my compassion meter is high, and my prayers are deep, and they are real, and I pray for you all. So, yeah, that is stage 1 of the James Arnold Taylor podcast today. I just want to get you all in a place of feeling good. I hope this does make you feel good. I hope it encourages you that there is someone out there listening for you, hoping for you, believing for you, and trying to help you get through no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, okay? Again, I talk about my Christianity because that's what I am. I'm a Christian, and that's just part of me. Look, I mean, the thing is if you were a fly on the wall at the James Arnold Taylor house, first off, there's really not a wall that you can look on in this house that doesn't have scripture on it because I paint. I do paintings. If you've never gone to my website, jamesarnoldtaylor.com, and click on JAT Art, and you can look at some of my paintings. So I paint, and I paint scripture. And I do that so I can look at it all throughout my house and see God's word, because I find God's word to be very healing and very positive and enlightening to me. And so that's who I am. That's what I do. So if you're a fly on the wall at my house, you just see that I spend a good portion of my time in my day praying for people, praying for stuff, offering things up in prayer before I send emails, before I make phone calls. I pray for God to help me. And you could go, boy, that sounds like, geez, James. No, I got to tell you, it's such a part of me now that God is just, he's my best friend. He's just right there beside me, and I'm just talking to him. I'm just saying, hey, man. Because I don't sit there and go, oh, Heavenly Father, doth hither come towards James, if you'll be so fit to hear my prayers and cries, my Lord. I don't do that. I do that for fun sometimes because it's funny. No, I just talk to him like he's my best friend, because he is. And I say, hey, man, this particular thing going on right now kind of stinks. I don't like it. Will you please help me through it? Or, wow, Lord, this is amazing. How did that happen? Thank you so much. And the things that are negative, I thank him for too sometimes. You know why? Because they're strength building. Thank you, Lord, for putting this struggle and challenge in front of me. You know why? I'm going to become a better person because of it. Do you do that? When something negative hits you in the day, do you go, ugh, or do you go, opportunity knocks? This is an opportunity to, first off, not give in to that, and to show the struggle is real. Humanity is real. The struggle of humanity is real. And I am going to overcome this obstacle today and chuck another mark off of my list of things that I accomplished through not getting frustrated by it. You see what I'm saying? That's hard, James. I know it is. It takes years of practice. That's why you're listening to the show, though. So I can encourage you and give you weekly reminders of how to do it. We're breathing deep. We're drinking water. Let's drink some more water. I need some more water. How about you? Have you been drinking as I've been blathering on? Oh, that's good water, man. That's good water. Yeah. We're breathing deep. Why? Because everything's okay. Even the worst things that are happening in your life, they will pass. And I know, again, many of you are going through really hard things. I mean, we're talking life or death things. And in that, I'm not just sitting there going, it's okay. I'm saying, please have faith that it will be okay. All right. And that there is a God, and he does hear. And just reach out to him and say, even if you don't believe in him, I don't know if I really believe in you, but I want to, and I want to believe that you're there. And I've screwed up on things, or I'm hurting from this, or I'm scared about this happening to somebody I care about. So if you're there, can you please just help? And look, I'm not going to tell you, and God will open up the heavens and it'll all be wonderful. I can't tell you that. You know why? Because that's not how he works. You've heard the expression, the Lord works in mysterious ways. He does. But he's never failed me. I will tell you that. He's never failed me. And I've gone through some brutal things in my life. Losing my voice completely as a voice actor at the height of my career, to toxic mold poisoning. Going through some really traumatic things as a child. being raised in a very abusive home and environment with drugs and alcohol and a lot of mental abuse and all that stuff too. And watching a lot of violent things happening to other people and being helpless in it. You know, I've seen a lot in my day. And I can say that God has always come through for me. Always has. So I know he will come through for you. Again, sorry, this episode is getting very, because this is what happens. If I start talking about heart issues of the heart, I do go to God because that's where my whole thing is. So I apologize for many of you that are like, James, I don't believe that way. Hopefully, here's what I'm hoping this does. This is what I'm hoping it does. I hope you haven't turned it off. I'm hoping it gives you insight into people that you know that believe the way I believe. And that maybe they don't act the way I do. Maybe they are more judgmental. Maybe they kind of go, and so you should just, you really need Jesus and you really need, and if they are, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for them because they shouldn't be doing that, okay? All I can do is lead by example. All I can do is show you who I am and what I am. And in the deepest parts of me, if you were sitting at dinner with me or across the table from me for a cup of coffee or whatever, even though I don't really drink coffee, cup of tea, I would go to the heart issues, and those issues for me are connected to my faith and my spirituality and my relationship with God. So I apologize if I'm coming off super spiritual stuff. But anyways, we've got a lot going on here at the James Arnold Paler. I talk fast. Sometimes I talk so fast I can't even say my own name. Here's an interesting quote I saw. My wife was doing a devotional. We have we use the YouVersion Bible app. Really cool stuff. Look, if you're somebody that doesn't even believe, check out the Bible app and get it. And look at some of these. They've got these devotionals in there, and they're really pretty cool. And the reason I say that is, even if you don't believe in God the way I do, or you don't believe at all, know why you don't believe. And so study it. Okay. So because I study information on people that are atheists or that are Buddhists or that are Muslim or that are Jewish or that are, Jehovah's Witness or Mormon, any of the religions that I am not, I study them. I read about them. I study them. And I don't just study stuff that says, and this is why they're wrong. I study them. Why? Because I want to know the true nature of these things, so I know why people believe the way they do. And then I can test it and go, oh, okay, do I, well, I kind of believe I believe the same ways in that there. And okay, I get that. But see, that's where we differ because I think this. It just allows me to then be able to have a conversation with somebody all that much better instead of a debate. Okay. Because you're not generally going to change somebody's mind in a debate, right? You're really not. I mean, you might change the audience's mind, but you're not going to usually change that person's mind, just like they're probably not going to change your mind. So anyways, the best is to just have an open mind and be willing to listen and understand why people think, act, believe, do the way they do. So this was from one of my wife's devotionals she was doing yesterday or the day before, and I really liked this quote. It doesn't say who wrote it, so unfortunately, I'm sorry, I cannot give credit to the writer, but this is not me, this is somebody else. They say, they're talking about stuff. They said, the Apostle Paul talked about taking thoughts captive in 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Ironically, one of the first steps in releasing control of your life may be gaining control of your thoughts. Let me read that again. One of the first steps in releasing control of your life may be gaining control of your thoughts. Now that kind of goes in line with, absolutely goes in line with my Christian faith because it's giving it up to God, right? But so first steps in controlling your life may be gaining control of your thoughts, okay? Releasing control of your life, I should say. So because when you become a Christian, it's like give it up to God, right? And the way to do that is to take control of your thoughts. But I thought that's good for everybody. Are you taking control of your thoughts today? Are you? Are you aware of everything you think and why? It's really, so my daughter is 14 and she came downstairs today. She was doing her homework upstairs and because we homeschool her and stuff. My wife and I were studying. We were watching a Dave Ramsey video. I was talking about Dave Ramsey. He is a podcaster and a financial guru and a really neat guy. And we were watching one of his videos. We're watching it in the kitchen there, sitting at the bar, little bar stools. And my daughter comes in to make herself a snack, sandwich and a smoothie. And she is banging things around and dropping stuff and throwing doors closed and all that, just because she's just in her own little world. And I said, do you realize you're doing that? She said, no. I thought, so many of us, we work on autopilot. We just do stuff. And I said to her, I go, if I put a video camera on you and taped this, I think you'd be like horrified to see how you were, treating the cabinets and the stuff and everything. Because you just kind of, she's got a song in her head and she's deep in thought in her own little world. And we all do that, right? We all do that. But what we don't realize is what we're doing to the environment around us. And so we have to take control of our thoughts whenever we're doing things. We have to know what we're doing and why we're doing it. It's really important. And it doesn't take that much energy. And it shouldn't be something that we're like, oh, come on. It's like, no, that should be it. And she was like, oh, yeah, right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to slam that door or throw that or whatever. Okay, but you were, because you were kind of in your own little, not thinking, because what we do in every way and shape and form of our lives affects other people. There's a ripple. So what you do, even in your brain, outwardly can be affecting other people today. So take control of your thoughts. Don't allow your thought. And so here's the biggest one for so many of us. And I think I'm not on a religious thing here. I'm talking about just everyday, all of us, everyday life. How many of us say negative things to ourselves? I should have done this. I should have done that. Remember, we've talked about should language. Don't use should language. I should have done this. I should have acted this way. Okay? Be kind. You got to be kind to yourself. You got to love yourself. And you got to love your neighbor as yourself. And you got to love your neighbor as yourself, but that's also the reverse of that. Because sometimes we're nicer to our neighbor than we are to ourselves. So if you're loving your neighbor more than you are yourself, then you need to learn to love yourself the way you're loving your neighbor. If you're loving yourself more than your neighbor, you need to love your neighbor the way you're loving yourself. I know, it's all a big circle, but it's true. So taking control of our thoughts helps us actually learn to like ourselves better, to treat ourselves better. And then in turn, if we are doing that with ourselves, we are treating others better as well. And the outward world that we're serving and living in and being a part of, which makes us retrain our brains to see the positive in life, hold that joy in our hearts more. And then in turn, we actually can be happier longer and more. Why? Because our brain's not stuck on all the negative stuff. Now, how do you do that? It's a long journey. And some of, like I've done neurofeedback, and it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And I highly suggest it to anybody that's had like a concussion or any issues with their brain or injuries to their brain. It's called neurofeedback. And I highly recommend you looking it up. There's a place called the Brain Performance Center out where I live. And they do this. And look, I'm not going to lie, it's expensive stuff. Sometimes it's covered by insurance, but it helps with people that have had issues like that, because I've had several concussions as a kid. But if you haven't, and you're just trying to get control of your thoughts, because I'm off on a little tangent there, how do we do that? Mindfulness, okay? Just like what we're doing. We're breathing, we're taking this in. We're feeling the weight of our clothes hanging on our bodies. What do your clothes feel like on your body right now? Touch your thumb to your finger. What does that feel like right now? Okay? Just feel. Run your fingers through your hair. Feel that. It pulls you into the present, okay? Presently, I'm here. I got my hands sitting on my desk. The desk is cool. I feel that, okay? Feel. Be mindful. If you're getting up to wash the dishes, be mindful of it. There's the water. I feel the water on my hands, or if I'm wearing gloves, to wash the dishes, because the water's hot. It's protecting my hands. I feel that. I've got a scrubber in my hand, and I've got soap, and I'm cleaning the dish, and I'm looking at the dish, and and I'm enjoying this, because this is a moment where I am cleaning something, just like I want to clean my life up. I'm cleaning this dish. You can use anything as an analogy, and you can be mindful and present in every moment in your life. It's important stuff. I'm driving in my car. I'm breathing. I'm listening to the show. I'm not stressing out about traffic. I'm going to get there, even if I'm late. Stressing out is not going to make it any better. I can't pull over and call because I'm late, so I won't. Okay. But maybe I can use my voice, commands on Siri and do a text or something. I don't know. Or you can just accept I'm going to be late. And when you get there, the best you can do is apologize. These are all the things, because you go, yeah, James, but what about when I'm late? What about when this happens? What about when somebody's mad at me? All you can do is be honest. Do your best not to lie. Do your best to tell the truth. Okay. And be willing to be wrong in life. These are just the life lessons. These are the things we do. This is what I try to hold myself to. This is the standard I hold myself to. And on top of all of that, I tell my brain, everything is all right. You know why? Because 99% of the time in our lives, everything is all right. It's really true. Again, many of you are going through tough stuff. I get that. So you can say, no, James, it's not all right. It is all right, though. Okay? I mean, not everything in life will be all right, but you're all right now, okay? And sometimes just being all right means know that you are loved, know that there's someone that believes in you, know that somebody is present there for you and praying for you and hoping for the best for you. And if you're not in your best place right now, know that someone else is hoping you will be at some point, and when you are, you can pay that forward, okay? I hope this all makes sense, and I hope it's helpful to all of you, because it's what I do. As somebody that has had anxiety and panic attacks and stuff in the past, that's how you get through it. You breathe through it. You don't let the mind get stuck on it. You empty the mind. You focus on positive things. You breathe. You breathe. You breathe. You feel your body where it is presently. You take it in, and you remind yourself, I've been in this position before, and I got through it. I will get through it again. Okay? It's all doable. You can get through it. You will. Oh my goodness. I hope this is helpful. I hope you're having a good one. Let's take some of your emails. And there's that music. And there's Bob. Look I didn't even need to call you. Hey, Bob.
Oh, no. I knew, and I was listening, and I came in. Yes, indeed. Indubidy-dee, and dibbity-doo, and dibbity, yes, and you, hoo-hoo.
Yes, and hoo, huh?
Oh, yes.
All right, Bob. So what do we got? We've got some emails, don't we?
Oh, yeah, and doobity-dee, and dibbity-doo, yes.
All right. You want to read one?
Yeah, oh, yes. This is from Eric in Tennessee.
Eric in Tennessee. Tennessee is one of my favorite places. I love it. Going to Tennessee very soon. I'm going to go to visit Franklin, Tennessee in the next couple of weeks. What does Eric from Tennessee say?
Oh, he says, Dear James, I'm so glad you enjoyed your time in Tennessee during the ICCC.
That's right. I was there for the Comic-Con there a few weeks back in Nashville. Yes, in Tennessee. In Franklin, I was actually in Franklin, Tennessee at the time.
Yeah, oh yes. Well, he says, thank you for your kind words about our state. My wife and I enjoyed meeting you so much. It was the highlight of that show for me. I'm so glad that the podcast is back. I really missed it.
Well, I'm glad it's back too, Eric. Thank you.
Hopefully we will cross paths at another convention soon. Have a blessed day and take care. Eric.
Well, thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that, man. That's so cool of you. And I remember saying hello to you and all, and your lovely wife and all, and thank you so much. Like I say, I'm going to be heading to Tennessee again soon, and I just think it's a lovely place. If you've never been to Franklin, Tennessee, folks, what a neat town. And they got like a town circle, an old town, and it's just, it's really neat. It's like out of a movie. So thank you, Eric. All right, what else we got here, Bob? That was a nice little, hey, how are you?
Oh, yes. This one is from Laura, who is from Venezuela but lives in the USA.
All right, Laura, what do you got to say?
It says, hey, Jat, I usually write nice and happy comments and such, but, No, it's all right. My life has been pretty rough lately.
Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry. I really am. You got to know, folks, like what I just went off on. I really am sorry when I hear that. My heart does, do a little when I hear that. So go ahead, Bob.
I'm under a lot of stress at school, and I feel like I barely have any time to do anything. It's hard to catch up with all the homework and projects that I have, and there's a lot of things I have to learn and still don't know exactly what I'm going to do. As a kid, I just wanted to be a singer and possibly an actress, but now I'm not sure anymore. I mean, I know for sure that I want it to be something creative, something to do with arts, but I don't know what to choose. I'd like to get into voice acting. I want to write stories. I'm currently writing a Ratchet and Clank fan fiction series.
That's great. You know, a lot of people do. They write the fan fictions of Final Fantasy and Star Wars and Ratchet and Clank. I think that's fun stuff. I think it's a great learning experience. And then you find communities and then people share it and stuff too. So that's very cool, Laura.
Yeah, oh yes. And then she says, I want to learn how to produce music and DJ. And I would really like to possibly direct movies. There's so many things I want to do, but I'm afraid that if I go one way, I won't be able to turn back. I miss the JATcast and could really use your advice. Laura.
All right. Well, Laura, the JATcast is back. This was written when we were on a little hiatus. But you know what? The reason I think it's great that you read this, Bob, is Laura is going through stuff that I think a lot of you listening are. And that's why I said a lot of the stuff I said earlier is because I understand that sometimes the stresses of it are college. There's so many letters I get from so many of you that are in school and are just trying to get through it all and figure out what you want to do with your lives. And look, you know, I have a 14-year-old daughter who's trying to do the same things. And so, you know, I help her and I want to help you. So here's how I can help is I want you to spend some time. And Laura, I don't know your faith or anything. But what I would do is spend a lot of time praying about it, meditating about it, asking God for help, asking God for direction. So, you know, but asking yourself that too. And if you have a friend, Laura, if you have a friend that is it can be your, accountability partner in this, okay? Where you can talk to each other and confide in each other. I hope you all have accountability partners, somebody like that. It doesn't have to be a spouse. It's just someone that you can really confide in and they can confide in you and you hold each other accountable. That way, when you start going down a path of negativity or whatever, they can go, hey, come on. Remember we talked about this, and you can do the same for them. And usually, generally speaking, one of you is up when the other one is down. And so it works that way. Rarely is it that both are down at the same time. But, and to me, that's just a little wink from God saying, I got you covered. But find somebody that you can really confide in and talk it out. You know, it's like, well, so what is it about storytelling that I like? I like the conceptualizing of the stories. I like the actual writing. I like sitting down at my computer and typing out the story. I like writing the dialogue. No, I like writing the descriptions of it. You know, so there's different aspects of everything. If you wanted to be a writer, right? Oh, I want to write books. I want to write fan fiction. I want to write novels. I want to write movies that are more dialogue centric. I want to write this that's more action centric. I want to, whatever. Okay. Or I want to direct. Well, okay. What would I direct? I've got to then I'll write a project and I'll direct it and see how I like directing. You know, I voice acting. I want voice acting. So I'm going to start picking up books and start reading them out loud and taping myself and hear how I like hearing my own voice. And if I do and see if it's something I like, I'm going to get comic books and start acting out the stories and creating characters, voices from the characters that I'm reading and record it and listen back and see how it sounds and see what I think. I like music and DJing. I'm going to DJ a friend's party for free and not charge them because I want to see if I like it and see if I have what it takes to do it. I'll bring my iPod and even if it's just that at a casual party, look, I was a DJ. That's how I started back when I was 17. I was a DJ for many years. Before that, because I loved DJing, I would make tapes. So, because I'm an old dude, okay? You got to remember, I'm 50. I'm an old guy now. Back in my day, we had cassette tapes, and I had a dual cassette player, and I would play one here, and then I would record it on the other one there. And then I got a mixer. I got a little Radio Shack mixer, so I could plug in my turntable, which played records, and my cassette deck, and I could then segue the songs, and I would do that. And so by the time I was an actual DJ, I was so used to the concept of it all, and I loved it. I loved telling stories with music. I mean, you could DJ. So I DJ'd hundreds of dances and weddings and parties and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and all of those things. I DJ'd stuff when I was young, when I was a young man, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. I was DJing things and proms. I DJ'd my wife's prom. I DJ'd my own wedding. I recorded all the music beforehand and did it. But I loved telling stories with music in that way. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you play this song and that song will perfectly lead into this song. And then it'll take them, take the people on the stage into dancing into a journey of music, and then we go up and we get highs, and then we get lows, and then there's a soft song, and then there's a party song, and it's like that. So do you like that stuff? Okay, so there's all these things you could do, Laura, and I believe that you will find it. Know that I'm going to pray for you, and I pray right now that you would find direction in your life. I pray that you would feel God's presence guiding you in the Holy Spirit, whether you believe in it or not. This is my prayer, okay? This is how I put it out there for people. This is what I put positivity out. This is what it looks like when I pray for people. I pray that the Holy Spirit would lead you and guide you down a path that would make you feel like you have a direction in your life, Laura. I really do, and I believe that will happen for you, okay? I just don't get stuck on any one thing or getting down on yourself about it. Use this time while you're in school to think about what really you love. When you're doing homework and you're feeling bogged down by all the busy, I got all this stuff and it's so hard. Don't get caught up daydreaming, but do think, what would I, every once in a while, because here's the other thing is take a break. Okay. All of you that are working and homework and all that stuff, every 90 minutes or so, take a break. I'd like to say every 60 to 45 to 60 minutes, take a break, because that's actually better for you. And I mean, statistics show, actual scientific data shows getting up for 5 minutes, walking outside, if it's, it's a good day to do it and the weather's all right. And if possible, even like taking your shoes off and walking around barefoot for a bit and breathing and getting away from everything for a few minutes and kind of clearing your mind helps get things done better. Don't take breaks every 10 minutes, okay? Don't procrastinate. Don't put stuff off, but do take breaks when you're working hard doing stuff. And during those times, go, what would I really love to be doing right now? What would make me feel really good? That's probably where I should be putting my energy when I'm done with all my schoolwork and stuff, because I know, look, the world is your oyster when you're young and you're in school and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I want to be this, I want to be that. And so many people nowadays want to be a singer or an actress or a director or a writer or a producer. There's so many people that want to do this. So many people want to be voice actors. So you really have to have the ability and the talent to do it. So if you do, don't deny the world of your gift, okay? Put it out there. Start putting it out there and know that there's ways you can put it out there. I mean, there's YouTube, there's, Instagram, there's social media, there's all those ways that you can put it out there and show people your talents and abilities. And it's a good way to get the creative things out. So make sure you have time each week. Make sure you have a day off. Sundays are our day of rest. I don't work on Sundays. Make sure you have a day where you can rest a little, okay? And during those times, do the things that you love. Writing a story, painting a picture, getting on the microphone and recording a story from a comic book to hear back and practice voice acting. DJ, take 90 minutes with your favorite music and make a mix playlist of your favorite stuff. Make sure you have these moments to breathe. And in those times, breathe, drink water, relax, tell yourself it's okay, be present. But when you're doing the stuff that's hard work, do the same. Be in it. I am getting work done. I'm getting this done. I'm killing this exam. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do that. And be your best at those moments too, okay? Because if you can be your best at the stuff you don't love, imagine how great and successful you will be when you're doing the things you do love, okay, Laura? I know you can do this. I know you can. And when you don't feel like you can, you go back to this episode and you listen to everything I'm telling you, okay? And everybody else that's listening to this that is shaking their head when I read, or when Bob read, I didn't read it. Oh, no, that's right. I read it. That's right, Bob. Sorry. Laura's letter, and you go, oh, I agree with Laura. You come back and listen to this, okay? This podcast hopefully lives on longer than me and leaves you all with information and tools to get through the tough stuff and know that the tough stuff is making you stronger. It's not breaking you down. It's not making you weaker. It's not stuff that I can't do it. Yes, you can. You've got this. Homework is hard, but you've got it. Use it. Use it as a device. I will finish this. I will get this done. And then I will have all the freedom I can to do the things I love. And I am learning and I am building muscles from doing this stuff. I hope that makes sense. I hope it speaks to you. God bless you, Laura. You can do this, okay? All right, Bob, what else have we got?
Oh, that was exciting watching you go.
Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate that.
Oh, yes, that was very good. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh.
All right. Yeah.
This one is from Kyle, and Kyle is in the United States.
All right. What does Kyle say?
Oh, Kyle says, "Hi, Jat and Bob and the rest of the wonderful gang."
Hey, yeah, that Kyle's.
It's Kyle.
Kyle's.
Kyle.
Whatever.
Oh, hello there, Kyle. Oh, thanks, Billy. Okay, so everybody, the gang says hi there, Kyle. Okay, so what does Kyle say?
Oh, first off says, "I am glad that your podcast is back. Thank you for the inspiration that you share every day. I have a few things. One."
Oh, and look at they're numbered.
Oh, yes, and doobity-dee and doobity-doo. Kyle numbered them. No need to place this on the podcast. I just like sharing with you and hope you get some inspiration.
Well, guess what, Kyle? We're sharing it anyways. Because it's a cool email.
Yes, okay, and so that was number one. That was point number one.
And point number one is we don't need to share it, but thank you. Okay, thank you. Point number two?
Oh, yeah, point number two. If you do a podcast with Catherine Tabor, call it the Cat and JATcast.
Well, we'll see. You never know. Yeah, well, I'm sure we actually have a name already picked out, but that's a good name as well. Thank you, Kyle. What's number three?
Oh, yes, number three is, now we all know you are one of the best voice actors out there.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. I mean, that's your belief, and I appreciate your belief in that.
Well, my question is, do you have any hidden talents?
Any hidden talents? Oh, my goodness. Well, hidden talents. I don't know. I'm a great chef. I make great food. I'm a good whistler. I don't know. You know, I'd have to ask my wife what my hidden talents are. I think she'd say I'm good at giving back rubs. I give good back rubs. I don't know. It'd be fun to ask my wife and daughter that.
Oh, and that leads to number four.
Oh, okay. What's number four?
It says, "Finally, I would love to hear from your wife and daughter."
That is funny, Bob. Okay.
It says, "What is it like to live with you? Maybe a podcast where you interview them if they don't mind. Seriously, I'm loving the podcast and hearing the stories. Thank you for everything." Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Wow, 4 exclamation points. That's very nice. Well, thank you, Kyle. I so appreciate it. Yeah, my wife and daughter, I don't know if they'd want to be on the podcast. My wife is, well, in my opinion, she is the greatest person on earth. She really is. She is the most beautiful, lovely, wonderful person on the planet. And my daughter is a close second. And I don't mean it's people like, oh, no. Look, my wife is my wife. I love her differently than I love anybody else. My wife and daughter are tied for the most wonderful people on the planet. But, my wife has been around longer, has experienced more. I just mean I mean that in the best way. I don't mean it as a negative towards my daughter. My daughter is also the absolute best person on the planet. They both are wonderful. But my wife, she just is so funny because she just does not care about show business or any of it. And, she's my manager, so she manages my career and she manages stuff and she deals with my agents and my other managers that I have and stuff because I have other people. But she's my personal manager. And so she handles my schedule and she handles all the stuff there. And we handle the money together. We both do that. Very important. If you're a married couple, handle your money together. Don't just put it on the shoulders of one person. We learned that ourselves. My wife used to just take care of all of it. And then it's too much. It's too much for one person. So she and I both handle the finances, but she handles the schedule and I handle the workload, So we complement each other. And then she handles the homeschooling with my daughter. And then I teach some classes, like I'm teaching my daughter film editing and audio editing, Pro Tools and Adobe Creative Cloud, the Premiere Pro and stuff, and then graphic design and stuff like that, and art. I teach those things. And then my wife does everything else, and she's amazing. But yeah, so I don't know if my wife would ever want to be on it. Now, there is an episode of the Jat Drives. If you're a subscriber to my YouTube channel, and if you're not, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and search James Arnold Taylor, and then you'll see a little picture of me with adjusting my tie in front of a bunch of microphones, and that's my channel. Click on that. Hit subscribe. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything at all to subscribe. You're not going to get, put on any lists or anything. You'll just get a notification every time I put a new video out. And the podcast is on there as well. And I do have a video. There's a new video coming out, by the way. This next week, a whole new series of videos coming out on my YouTube channel, which I'll get into in a second, but let me finish my thought. There is a video in the Jat Vlogs, the Jat Drives, that is where my wife and daughter are in the car with me, and we talk a little bit. I talk with my wife, Allison, and my daughter. I don't think says much. I think she's just kind of in the background there. But my daughter talks a lot, anyways. Normally, she's an amazing little person. She's not little anymore. She's big. Oh, she's lovely. We adopted her when she was 8 months old from China. And if any of you are, there's many of you that are adopted or have adopted, and thank you for sharing your stories with me. But if you're thinking of adopting, please do. It's a wonderful, wonderful blessing. It is one of the greatest blessings your life will ever, ever encounter is adoption. What a wonderful thing it is. And people always say, oh, you gave her such a great life. We say, no, she gave us a great life because she's an amazing person. And we love her, love her, love her, love her, love her. Okay. Oh, the YouTube channel. I was talking about that too. So the YouTube channel, I have some videos coming up on it. And it is so back in March when I did the Seattle Comic-Con, Emerald City Comic-Con, I got sick. And so people always ask, what do you do when you get sick, James? And I had not been sick in over 4 years. So I made a video of while I was sick. And I made the video and it's me sick and it shows how I get better. And I'm going to break it up into like a 3 or 4 or 5 part series. So part 1 is finished and edited. It's done, but I've scheduled it to come out next week because what I'm hoping to do is edit and finish part 2 before part 1 comes out. You understand? But by the time this is out, part 1 may have already come out. So there you go. Go to my YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe and follow me on, well, you don't subscribe to the others, my social media. Facebook, yeah, you can if you want. I'm not on Facebook much. But Instagram and Twitter I'm on actively, and that's how you can talk to me and send me stuff. I like Twitter better than Instagram because Instagram, you can't send links. You can't do, I know everybody loves Instagram. But the thing I don't love about Instagram, and I've said this before, is it's such a fake thing. It's all just like, look at our lives, they're perfect. It's like, oh, no, they're not. You know what I mean? And I put fun pictures up there, and it's, Instagram is a place for fun, I guess. If you look at Instagram as just fun, goofy fun, and understand that nobody's life is as perfect as they show it is on Instagram, then you're okay. But anyways, so there you go. But so follow me on all those if you could. Please, please, please. I thank you so much because I like having the following, and then that shows I'm an influencer. And the more I'm an influencer, the more I can do for all of you. You have to understand that, see? So get as many people as you can to follow me, to listen to my podcast. Share the podcast if you haven't already. Share it with somebody, okay? Because the more you share this podcast, the bigger and better it can get. I still have not reached the point where I can get like sponsors and stuff on it. And I don't know if I care about that. Here's what I really care about. I really care about more and more people listening to this podcast and having their life changed and inspired by all that it is. Okay? So that's really why I say share it, because hopefully it'll inspire somebody else and help them. So, you know what, Bob? I think we better close it out. We did a few emails there. We're going to do more emails, and we've got so many emails to go through, and we're going to start trying to take phone calls and stuff soon. But let's close it out because we are coming up here on the long point. That's the, we've been going for a while. Okay, here is a good one. So the way I've decided to start closing the show now is reading from my book, JAT 365. And I just opened randomly, and that's what I do. I just opened. So my book, JAT 365, 365 Daily Inspirations for the Pursuit of Your Dreams. It's available on Amazon.com. You can get it on Amazon.com. Go to Amazon and search for JAT 365, and you'll find my book there. What is it? It was my way of challenging myself to put a positive thing out on my social media every single day. And I did it for a year. And then I took all of those things that I did and I turned them into a book. And I called it JAT 365. And it came out back in 2013. And lives have been changed by it. I am not puffing myself up. I am telling you the God's honest truth. People write me daily and tell me how much this book has meant to them and how it's changed their lives. I walked through it. My wife has gone through this book several times, a couple of years in a row she did it. And the thing that's cool about this book, not just because I wrote it, I'm not trying to puff myself up here, is that it's a journal for you as well. So it's a journal for your dreams, your thoughts, and your goals. And so by the end of it, it's a secular book, okay? I'm not just sitting here talking about Jesus all the time in it. Yes, my faith plays a part of this podcast and stuff, but this book is just for anybody You could get this as a gift for anybody that is going through a tough time and wants to be inspired and wants to figure out what their dreams and their goals are for their life. You can get this book for them, JAT 365, okay? And what you do is you read each day. Each day it's a new thing and you read through it. And then at the bottom of the page, there's a question that I ask regarding the thing that I wrote, okay? And then you journal your thoughts there. So by the end of the year, you have a book of your journals of thoughts of your dreams and your goals. Then there's a little thing up on top, these little check marks, accept, forward, and practice. So after you read the thing, you accept it. You go, yeah, okay, I believe what James said there. That's good. I accept that. And then forward it. That means you forward it on to somebody else. You pay it forward, okay? Because that's what living a good life is all about, is paying it forward with goodness and mercy and joy and non-judgment and grace to people. So you pay it forward. You can snap a picture of the page on your phone and you could send it off to somebody. You could text it to somebody. You could share it on your social media. You could just read it to someone at the dinner table or the breakfast table or whatever the next day with your family. And then practice. That's the third check mark. And so whatever you read that day, you put into practice that day. So let's read from day 156 of JAT 365 to close the show. And you know what we should do? I'm so sorry. I should have Reginald, don't call me Reggie, read this because I was supposed to bring him back in. I forgot. Hey, Reginald. Hey, Reggie. It's Reginald, don't call me Reggie. Right? No. You're right. I shouldn't have said Reggie. I should have said, hey, Reginald, don't call me Reggie. Like that. And that's how I should have. You shouldn't have done it anyway, except to say, hello, Reginald. Right. Well, I'm sorry. You know who else is Reginald is Elton John. Elton John's an amazing singer, you know. You guys have the Reginald. Right. I love Elton John. I love his music. It's very good. But he lets people call him Reggie. He had an album like Reggie's Back or something like that. Right. Well, good for him. Good for Reggie. That's right. Okay, Reginald. So we're going to read from my book, JAT 365, which is, it's also on YouTube, by the way. You can watch the entire book for free on my YouTube channel. Go to the playlist, JAT 365, and you don't even need to buy a copy of the book. You can watch it there. That's very generous of you. Well, thank you. Right. All right. I'm reading from page 156. Well, day 156. Right. Let me just do it. Right. Are you really gonna? You do that every time. I'm warming my voice up. It is a technique I learned from an old British vocal coach. Is that true? Not at all. Okay. Day 156 of JAT 365 says, I believe. Tell the voice that says can't to leave. There are people believing in you right at this moment. So you believe in you too. Yeah, I like that. I think that's excellent advice, James. Tell the voice that says can't to leave. So you say to that voice in your head that says, I can't. You tell that voice you can leave. There are people believing in you right at this moment. Just as James has been saying throughout the podcast, even though he didn't invite me in to interview him on that, he did say that. That's right. I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't bring you in, but that's right. That's been the message of this entire episode. There are people believing in you right at this moment, so you believe in you too. That's right. And then, Reginald, don't call me Reggie. Stop it. There's a question at the bottom. It says respond. I was getting to that. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Respond. What needs to leave your mind? What needs to leave your mind? So what do you need to get rid of in your mind, right? What negativity, what junk, what can'ts? What are the things that say can't that are getting in your mind and getting in the way that you can tell to leave? That's right. So tell them. That's right. Excellent. Reginald, don't call me Reggie. Thank you for reading that with me. You're welcome, James. It is my pleasure to read from your book, JAT 365, 365 Daily Inspirations for the Pursuit of One's Dreams. Oh, the pursuit of one's dream. Oh, that sounds very proper, very British. Right. It is. Okay. Well, very good. Reginald, don't call me Reggie. I thank you for closing the show out for me with me there, and we can get Mr. Announcer Guy to come in. Oh, Mr. Announcer Guy, come on, do it with me, Reginald. Come on. Oh, Mr. Announcer Guy. I'm not going to say it like that. Come on. No. Come on. Stop it. Just call. Give him a call. Well, he's standing right there. I know, because he always comes in every time, that first time I ask him, but he's waiting to hear you say it so he can then say, "Oh, yes, James." That's your impression of your own character. Yeah, well, I can't do his voice like he does his voice, but you are his voice. I know, but come on, it's the part of the fun. I'm your voice too. Right. Stop it. All right. Oh, Mr. Announcer Guy. That was very good. I like that, Reginald. That was good.
Oh, yes, Reginald, don't call me Reggie.
Could you please do the legal mumbo jumbo?
Why, it would be my pleasure, pip pip cheerio. Talking to Myself, the James Arnold Taylor Podcast is a production of Yumigo Inc., recorded at JAT Studios. Engineered, written, recorded, and produced by, you guessed it, James Arnold Taylor. All voices are parody and should be construed as entertainment only. All music and sound effects used with permissions and licenses through Backtracks, Digital Juice, Production Tracks, and Partners in Rhyme. James Arnold Taylor's Talking Myself, the Podcast, copyright 2019, all rights reserved.
I was having one last sip of water as you were doing the legal mumbo jumbo there, Mr. Announcer Guy.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have some water too.
All right. Hey, did you like the show today, Mr. Announcer Guy?
Yes, I did, man. I thought it was awesome.
Okay, man.
Okay, dude.
All right, dude. Stomp it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Reggie. Reginald. Yep. Good. I'm going to leave. Well, that's what I was just going to say thanks and bye-bye and everything. To you. I mean, I'm going to end the show, but stomp it. All right. Hey, Mr. Announcer Guy, say bye-bye to Reginald. Don't call me Reggie.
Bye-bye to Reginald. Don't call me Reggie.
Goodbye, Mr. Announcer Guy. Always a pleasure. Bye-bye, Reginald. Don't call me Reggie. Yes. Ta-ta. Oh, he's not as nice to me. He's kidding. It's a joke. Don't get upset. My wife sometimes gets upset. See you, Reginald. Don't call me Reggie. At Reginald, because she says he's a little mean to me. But I say it's all right. It's all right, because he's me and I'm him. Okay, Mr. Announcer Guy. I was saying, yeah, so my daughter, she's been calling everybody dude. She calls my wife and I dude. She'll go, dude.
Yeah, dude, she's been talking to me.
Oh, because, she loves you. She's a big fan of Mr. Announcer Guy. So you've been teaching her dude?
Yeah, dude.
All right, man.
Okay, man.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. My love goes out to you. My thanks goes out to you. My belief goes out to you. My prayers go out to you. All of you, please know you're going to get through this week. We'll talk next week. There's more good stuff, all right? There's more good stuff on the horizon. And if you're going through a hard time, know that people have your back. I'm praying for you, all right? God bless you. Thanks for listening to the James Arnold Taylor Podcast, and